Something is happening here in Charleston. I'm proud that we're showing it. I'm also proud of you for calling it what it is when you say that it's racist terrorism. We can't defeat demons that we can't face. Here they're facing the demons, and they're coming together because they're facing the demons. I think there's a balm in Charleston for America, and now what you're seeing are two different ideologies right here on the world stage. You have an ideology of hatred and an ideology of love.
Yeah.
An ideology of blame that is about racial hatred. We have to say that. But we also have an ideology right here behind us of racial reconciliation. You can't appreciate the beauty of what you have behind you right now until you really name the hatred and the evil that happened just right behind us a few days ago. It's the ability to talk about both that gives us the ability to find meaning and to move forward truly together. Those leaders in the country, in both parties of all races, who don't want to deal with both, the fact of the racial hatred, but also the potential for racial reconciliation, I think are letting the country down. But people on the street, white people on the street here, are showing more courage and more leadership and more honesty than I've seen in the halls of Washington, D.C. And they need to be given a respect for that, and hopefully we can take this spirit forward.
It's important for us to highlight not just the ugliness and the hatred, but the beauty that we see here in the hearts of the people inside that church, sitting at those pews, their joy, as you put it, and the love.
You know, we had 230 years of enslavement here, and that's where the black church was born. So it was born in grief. It was born in mourning. It was born in trying to find some way to make sense out of something that you can't make sense of. It was born in trying to find some forgiveness and understanding in a context that was unforgiving. And that moral root in the enslavement of African Americans then pushes through into the period of Jim Crow segregation and American apartheid. And you have 100 years of that as the church continues to refine a theology and an ideology that says, we are going to love this country. You didn't really have a true democracy in America until the 1960s, when you finally got everybody with a right to vote, a meaningful right to vote. That process wasn't just, it started in the 1700s, but it was finished by this kind of feeling you feel behind us. The feeling that you feel behind us, black and white together, as was always the song, black and white together, we shall overcome. But the remarkable thing about the country is that we start off in this sort of schizophrenia. The founding reality is ugly. The founding reality has enslavement, women can't vote, the Native Americans are being oppressed. But there's this founding dream. So you have Thomas Jefferson,
right,
a slave owner, founding
at the very least.
Right, at the very least, a slave owner, founding reality ugly. But he writes, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all are created equal. So the slave owner with this ugly founding reality authors this beautiful founding dream. And that's what makes America America.
Exactly.
We continue to try to close the gap between that founding reality and its ugliness and the beauty of that founding dream. That's what America is. That's who we are.
Right.
And now when you say we can't deal with the founding reality, we're just going to throw that out. We're going to pretend that we were born perfect and then we just got worse and worse every year. You miss the whole point. We were born imperfect, and Jefferson himself, if you go to the memorial, it says, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just. He feels heartbroken about the inability to overcome slavery and other birth defects. But guess what? He also says we're all created equal. And so here you have in Jefferson himself this struggle. And we as Americans carry that struggle forward. But here's the reality. We continue to close the gap.
And we continue to strive to be better.
Yeah. Now,
I think that's the point.
And the thing is, the people who say America is only the ugliness, they're wrong.
Right.
But the people who say that there is no ugliness or our grandparents dealt with it, let's move on, they also are wrong. And what you're seeing here in Charleston is the ability to hold both. You can't run from the hatred here because look at the martyr. Look, they just took the yellow. They literally just took the yellow tape down.
Right.
So you can't run from the hatred, but you can't run from the love either.